Hello everyone, Trisha, it's me Jenny, and it's time for another not naked video response to Trisha Hershberger's series Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and truthfully as possible about a subject of her choosing, straight out the shower, no makeup, wet hair, first take, one take, etc, etc. And most people choose to do it naked, but I choose not to, and either way it's not a sexual thing, it's just being vulnerable on camera and allowing yourself to be as honest as possible. And today's subject is Valentine's Day, and just when I was getting towards the end of my show, I was thinking about last year's Naked Truth video where I talked a lot about my sort of feelings towards romantic love and that sort of thing. So in brief, I'm not a romantic. I consider myself very highly effeminate, but I gave up on things like heart shapes and pink around the sort of time that I stopped playing with Barbies. That's not to say I'm a cynic when it comes to love. I do believe in there is potential in this world for love at first sight, and romantic love is definitely a thing, but I personally never experienced it. I've never been in love, and I'm not a cynic, but I'm not a romantic in any shape or form. I think last year I talked a lot about how if I were to receive a Valentine's Day card or a secret Valentine's of any kind, I'd probably feel more uncomfortable than anything else. But I do appreciate Valentine's Day as a day that if you are in the mood to commit yourself to someone else and you've been nervous about actually talking to them about starting their relationship, and Valentine's Day is the day that you feel comfortable doing it, then that's a great day to do it, because if that's the only time you feel comfortable sharing your feelings with another, then that's a great day to do it. But for me personally, I feel uncomfortable. If I ever received a Valentine's Day card, I'd probably feel more uncomfortable than flattered. That being said, moving on to the actual subject for today is making the best out of Valentine's Day. And as I said, I've never been in love. I've never been in a romantic relationship during Valentine's, so I've never really had a Valentine's Day in the classic sense. For me, most of the time, Valentine's Day has just been another day of the week. I've never received any sort of Valentine's Day card, and to be honest, 99.99% of the time I forget that Valentine's Day exists. When it comes to my parents, you know, they love each other very much, and when it comes to Valentine's Day, maybe they'll give each other a bar of chocolate or something. But if they were to celebrate a day when it comes to their relationship, it would be their anniversary rather than Valentine's Day, because that is the day that they've chosen with which to share their love and celebrate their love, rather than a preset day in which to celebrate love. When it comes to celebrating Valentine's Day in terms of platonic love, I always feel slightly uncomfortable with that, because I definitely feel that romantic love overshadows platonic love for the most part, which I always think is a slightly sad state of affairs, because I think platonic love is equal, or at least equal, to romantic love, and doesn't have the same level of popularization as romantic love. But I feel that Valentine's Day is a romantic holiday. I think people who say that if you're not in a relationship you should celebrate platonic love on Valentine's Day feels like a kind of a cheap pass of, you know, it feels like a cheap way of expressing platonic love, when like platonic love should perhaps have its own day rather than kind of hijacking Valentine's Day, which I believe is a romantic holiday. But yeah, for me, most of the time Valentine's Day passes without me really noticing that it's happening, other than I see a lot more pink than normal. I think when it comes to celebrating Valentine's, I'm very much of this state of mind that an experience is better than a gift. The classic gifts for Valentine, chocolates and flowers and a meal, they're all temporary. They're all, you know, momentary show, like, demonstrations of love, which are literally gone within 2 or 3 days, if that. Like, flowers only last for a few days, chocolates only last for a few minutes in my case, a meal only lasts for the length of a meal. So I feel like an experience is a better, more long-lasting way of spending time. So doing an event like, you know, going to the theatre or doing an activity is probably the best thing to do in a relationship or outside of a relationship. It's good to get out the house regardless of who you're with and why you're doing it. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. It's not going to be a very big video because I covered a lot of this last year. I'll see if I remember to put a link to that in the description. But generally, when it comes to Valentine's, I just kind of it's another day of the week for me. It really doesn't affect me in any way and hasn't up until ever. Maybe it will when and if I'm in a relationship on a Valentine's Day, but until that happens, it's just another day of the week. And if there is some sort of, you know, extra freebie or something that I can find just because it's Valentine's Day and they're trying to fill slots, then I would go and do an activity on that day if I'm free and available, because, you know, make the best out of a deal, why not? But I don't need to do anything on Valentine's Day because it doesn't affect me. So it's just another day of the week. I don't get a day off, so I might as well just treat it like another day. Again, that may change if and when I go into a relationship, but until that point I'm not bothered. And that's my thought on Valentine's Day. I'm not a romantic, but I do believe in love. And when it happens, it'll happen, but until it does, I'm not going to worry. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment, and I'll see you guys all next week for another Naked Truth, and tomorrow for another daily vlog, because I'm still doing the daily vlogging. Woo! Scary. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a lovely week, and see you guys all very soon. Bye, guys.